Yes. People, what's going on? Seagull Talks Football. We're back again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Champions League, Arsenal wanting Sesko, Liam Delap to Chelsea. Chelsea won a trophy. Manchester United won a trophy today, also in over in Asia. you got Bruno Fernandes headed to Saudi. You got Reijnders headed to Manchester City. You got Florian Wirtz and what's the other guy? Frimpong headed to Liverpool. Plus, we got to talk about some other stuff also. But before we go any further, Jay's in the building. How is everyone doing?
Big up, man. Big up, bro. Yeah, all good, bro. Big up everyone on the channel. Big up everyone on the panel.
You know what? There's not no Spurs news, but just before I came on, I seen something interesting. Jay, we're not going to spend too much time on Spurs this window so far because we haven't done anything yet. But would you keep that guy that you signed? What's his name?
Tel.
Would you keep Tel?
For the money they're asking, I'm a bit like it's too much. If we can because we paid Tel for the anyway, like people don't need to forget that. So
you paid 20 mil, isn't it?
The low was 10 mil.
Oh, okay, I thought it was 20 for some reason.
So
I think they quoted us so as well.
Yeah, so whatever we pay on top, so I'd be happy with 30. I think there's a player there, but it's we play Champions League football. It's like if he gets too rich, he gets too rich. But yeah, another 30.
You get a good player for 60 million. I don't know why you'd buy Tel.
I think you're looking at him, and he has promise. He has got some good skills. But with a player like that, you don't know exactly when they're going to put it all together. You're gambling that they're going to put it together quicker rather than slower, but you don't know. So the price point has to be good. It can't be too onerous. Otherwise, you end up in a Mudryk situation with, you know what I mean? So I will look at it. I think he contributed a little bit, but yeah, the price tag's just a bit hot. But I'd probably try and keep him, if the money's right.
You know what? I just wanted to get that in first. But then next, bro, M's back in the building. M, how you feeling? Your team's embarrassing you in Asia after embarrassing you on England and in Europe.
Bro, yeah, sad. You know what? I haven't had a chance to
laugh. It must be bad.
I haven't had a chance to congratulate Jay. So congrats, bro.
What about
thank you very much. Appreciate it. Like I always said, our need was greater than yours. So
you're not going to congratulate Ahmed and Vader also for their trophies this season?
Well, maybe not Vader. Ahmed, well done for winning the conference, I guess. To be honest, the way you guys have been celebrating, it's so shameful. It's so shameful. I'm seeing the changing room videos of you lot celebrating after the game. Have you seen Nonny doing the singing the song, the rap song?
Don't try to switch it up. We're talking about Man United. We're talking about Manchester United's open bus tour in Malaysia where nobody showed up.
We can start on Man United. I don't mind. Big up everyone.
No way, that's real, man.
Bro, Man United lost to Malaysia's all-star team.
Yeah, but bro, we were playing the kids. At this point, no one cares, man. That's the truth.
Come on, bro. That's a little bit inexcusable, bro.
Did you see the game today where Bruno
we were
losing?
We saw the
No, but that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we were losing 1-0, and you had Bruno doing a Rabona on a one-on-one
I
don't think anyone is taking the game serious at all, man. I don't think it's
just to let you know, the kids that he's talking about is Onana, Harry Maguire, Casemiro, Ugarte,
you're talking about
Bogi, Mainu, and Rasmus Højlund. Those are not kids, bro.
It doesn't matter, bro. Regardless, man, your academy kids should be good enough to beat teams from Malaysia.
He played 3 academy kids. Don't allow him.
No, shout out to the Malaysian kids. Shout out to Malaysia. Great country, but the quality of United's common team should be better than Malaysia. You know what I mean? That's all I have to say to that.
It is kind of embarrassing, but hey, it's a friendly. No one cares. What's funny is you lost 1-0. That's kind of funny.
Wait. Why do you say nobody cares?
Clearly, they do care.
Yeah, M should care. Don't let M try to act like he doesn't.
I don't. I've checked.
Have you not seen Saeed's big? I got I saw Saeed's notification here saying hold that to Hong Kong.
Cheeto,
What is going on?
He
What
put up
happened to Shame? What
a
happened to
video
Shame,
of
bro?
Cheeto being like, he's the truth. And I'm like, bro, like, it's too soon, man. But
that killed me. I can't lie to you.
bro,
Now
listen,
check on that.
you got to take the small positives, man. At the moment, we're in a dark place. After losing to Spurs in the final, we haven't even been able to even getting signings over the line. I think Chelsea, you've nicked Delap off us. Not that I wanted Delap anyway.
Shout out to my guy Delap, man. He's gonna
Now
shine.
you didn't want the lap.
Hey,
No, but for me,
today's
I want
show,
Delap. See, I don't hate, man.
today's
I would
show
have
might have to go quick. But did you guys hear about Bruno Fernandes?
Yeah, the 100 mil bid.
It seems that
Man United are trying to sell Bruno Fernandes for 100 million to fund a striker.
The manager doesn't want to sell him. It seems. I don't know about you guys, but like, the manager's quote is like, "We can find funds another way." So I don't know, man. Maybe with the board saying one thing.
No, there was links of his his agent
that will fund a striker.
Yeah, because I think it's all profit now, isn't it? Because Bruno's, I think he's at 31 now, and we've had him for like what 5 or 6 years now. So
Should
getting
Man
100
United
mil
sell Bruno, though? That's the question.
for him.
How much is 100 million gonna get you if you're United, John? Let's be honest, guys. Like,
well, but it's not even that. It's not even about how much. It's not about how much. It's for me. It's he's got to go. He's 31 years old. I don't see us getting any more for him. You know, next year or the year after. I think this is the perfect time to get rid, if you ask me. And we can start the rebuild.
But like
100 million gets them Cunha and Buemo.
People cook Bruno a lot of the time, and then you know my argument is that he's probably your most consistent goal and assist maker. If you lose him and then you don't replace him, or don't replace adequately, then it's kind of like, you know, you're just shooting yourself in the foot, really, isn't it?
Yeah, no, everyone says that.
Going to Al-Hilal, he's going to be playing with Ronaldo in Al-Hilal.
Yeah, he's going to be offered life-changing money, so I doubt he's going to refuse that. I just think he's 31.
World Cup.
He's 31 in the summer, and I do think, you know, we can get a few players to replace him. I'm not worried about that, especially in the midfield. I think the main reason why we've struggled this season is because we haven't been able to see where we get the best out of Bruno, whether it's as a 10, whether it's as an 8. Jay, you saw in the final how poor he is as an 8. So it's one of them ones. I'd rather get some midfielders in or some attackers in. Because at the moment, I don't know where Bruno fits into this team.
Guys, aren't you kind of jealous? They're getting to sell a player they don't want for 100 million. It's like, fuck me.
Not really, because Chelsea did that effectively.
Chelsea done that, but then they sign players for 100 million.
Maybe I'm
just
talking to Jay because everyone else here is good at selling players.
I mean, like being honest, like Arsenal are not amazing at selling players. To be fair, like Spurs,
pick up everyone in the chat as well.
I don't know why you're acting like Arsenal are really selling players. I mean, like in fact, Daniel Levy, didn't he have a reputation on being able to get, you know, high amounts of money for assets? It's just we haven't had amazing assets to.
No, Daniel Levy, what he did with that guy from Real Betis is unbelievable. Guys, listen to this story. Tottenham have a player that they haven't purchased, the club hasn't signed, but they own 30% of his shares.
Yeah, this Cardozo fellow who plays for Betis. So basically, we've got an option on him for 25 million. But if we don't take the option, we get 30% of the transfer fee that they generate when they sell him. Because when we sold Lo Celso, they didn't have much money. So what we did, rather than so I guess this is a good sale, is in that, you know, what we did instead of taking a bid, we bet on this guy being either a good acquisition at 25 or us making money. So like 30 mil is what they might pay. So that's like £10 million for a player we've never owned. So yeah, nice work if you can get it.
Yeah, because Spurs can't actually own 30% of a player. That's what's it called? That's third-party ownership. It's been made illegal in football. So Spurs can't actually own 30%, but they could have an option.
Well, you don't know about Daniel Levy's slavery ring.
Sure. legally, then you can't.
But to be fair,
it is crazy though. Never heard of that.
No, that's a bit shameless, Gal. You putting Arsenal in there. Like, what sales do you do?
No. I said we're bad.
Yeah, no. Arsenal don't sell well.
Hey, I don't want us to sell our best players. That's the only way you make good money.
I can't remember the last player you sold that was actually worth selling and you got decent money for. No, even then, you got 25 mil for him.
I'm keeping your deal for
was it 50 mil for Roby? Okay, cool. That's a good deal.
We got 45
Hands up.
ESR's a good deal too.
How much did we get for
what did ESR go for?
Eddie Nketiah? I swear we got good money for Eddie Nketiah.
Wasn't it?
No, ESR's a better deal in my personal opinion.
It was like 20 million for Nketiah. That summer, you guys thought, we're going to get like 40 for him or something. I remember
30 mil.
I remember the chat. Yeah,
Palace got him for 30 mil off Arsenal.
30 mil.
Yeah, 30 mil is not bad.
Not bad.
It's okay. It's
for a player we all admit he's not that good. Jay, something's wrong with your mic today. People in the chat are complaining. Try to get it sorted. But yeah, that is a little bit of Spurs and Man United right there. But before we finish off this section, I'm just gonna say, Jay is sorry, not Jay. M, is there anything else you want to talk about United quickly? Or I just want to wait until you actually do some moves for those players. Just quickly,
at the moment, the only players that we actually have got is Konya that we've signed, and we've got at the moment it's pretty quiet. We're just looking on outgoing, so we're looking at Rashford leaving. I think there's a Barcelona link there. We're looking at Sancho, Garnacho. We're looking at obviously you've got the players that are leaving on the end of contract, but we're just trying to get rid of some players and then hopefully get some players in. But I am worried about the striker because I thought it was Delap. And the only reason why I thought it was Delap is because of the price. I think it was 30
You're
mil.
going to have to be patient and wait for everybody else to get their shopping done.
Are Chelsea coming back in for Garnacho?
I don't think so.
I can tell you that for sure. I know for sure we're not going.
I think he's either going to go Spain or because every Spanish team that he played, Napoli or Spain. I think because you see what Anthony's done in La Liga. Hopefully we get some money for him, and hopefully he stays in La Liga as well.
After what Chelsea did to him, I doubt it.
Oh, what do you mean? What you doubt
he got exposed in the final.
Nah. I think he'll.
I think this is a good segue though, to the final.
30, 40 mil.
Congratulations.
It's a good segue that I did myself. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there you go, Ahmed. Congratulations, you won the Conference League. You never in doubt, as you said. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't even know why I watched the game after the second goal. It was over.
Listen, man. You should watch the game after the second goal because it's good. Some good goals happen afterwards. Shout out to my boy Sancho, the goodbye goal.
Cole Palmer.
The goodbye
goal.
I
wanted to say, are you not planning to keep him then, Sancho? Because Maresca said after the game.
If Sancho, listen, obviously there was a report that came out today saying that we agreed. What's it called?
25 mil.
We're trying to reach an agreement with his agents for a price.
Salary.
Salary. And
you want to reduce his salary?
Yeah.
Bro, he scored that final. They want to keep him now.
I'll be honest, man. The club might want to give him less than 100k a week, and I could see the club.
That's taking a piss, bro.
No, I don't really think that's taking a piss after what he did. Listen, his performance in the
thing is,
season.
all they're going to do is they're going to try. All Sanchez people are going to try and do then is they're going to try and squeeze the money out of Man United, right?
No. Because Man United said we want 25 mil for him because of the wages. So if he was on 100k a week, we probably would have put the wages up to like 40 mil. But because he's on high wages, we're like, look, 25 mil, take him. That's it.
Yeah,
but if Chelsea don't take him.
Yeah. If Chelsea don't take him, bro, he's going to go for 25 mil.
Listen, man, he's got humble
himself. You guys don't want to talk about the Conference League. You just want to talk
about that.
No, don't do that. Let's not do that, please.
I didn't watch it. I'm not going to talk about it. I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
I'm not going to waste my time watching the Conference League.
I ain't got nothing to talk. I ain't got nothing to say.
You don't need to, man.
You could have watched it.
Oh wait, the Moroccan scored. That's all I can say. The Moroccan scored.
Yeah, today Moroccan guy, man. He was quality in the game. Jamie got injured. Jamie got injured, obviously, but listen, I think before I get to my transfer news, Chelsea transfers, man. That's our game. But I'm happy about the Conference League. Again, I'm not gonna be one. I always said, the way I look at the Conference League is quite simply, it's a way for it's a side quest for my players, right? It's a side quest, a way for them to earn silverware for a very young squad. To get that taste that they need to. It's a big thing for me. I always say when you're progressing through these stages, you need to be able to, there's certain checkpoints you've got to reach. And, I look at the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, the Europa Conference League as a good checkpoint.
That's a side quest.
That's a side quest, in my personal opinion. That's what I look at them as.
Y'all treated this like a second objective.
Again, this was a side quest, mate. The main objective, objective A was to capture the flag called UEFA Champions League, and we captured that flag. You know what I mean? This was the side quest. You know what I mean?
Arsene Wenger was right.
What was he right about?
He said top
four is a trophy.
like a trophy now.
Yeah.
If you wait long enough, Arsene Wenger's probably wrong about everything according to your books. I remember you saying that.
You're definitely right about players running their contract down, becoming a norm.
Mikel Arteta was right about a number of points Liverpool got. Just because.
No, but there's many times where I've said Klopp is right. You don't watch all my videos.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, but listen, alas, let me go back to it. Obviously, it's a good side quest. I'm happy for the players, man. I'm happy that let them celebrate however they want to. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I'm happy for them. Let them celebrate. Let them enjoy themselves. I want them to enjoy the experience because I want them to then go after more trophies. That's what it's about. Next season, man, compete for the real silverware. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we'll see.
Listen, that's what
we'll see. Don't get ahead of yourself. Before we go any further, Chelsea's transfer window, guys. They're trying to do a madness. Did you guys hear? They want Liam Delap and Ekitike or Gyokeres.
Who?
Chelsea want 2 strikers this window.
Oh, Chelsea.
They want Liam
Jackson
and
Gyokeres. You're gonna keep Jack. I don't think you're gonna get 2. You got Jackson already.
Jackson's gonna be their bona fide left winger.
I think the thing of Jackson is I do think he probably will leave the club this season, in my personal opinion.
Wow.
I think so. Again,
I'm hearing
he's been there 2 years?
Yeah, it's been there 2 years. Brought for around about 28 million.
What about the left wing shouts?
The left wing shouts currently it's looking like it's going to be either Nico Williams or Gittens. There might be Rodrygo is another one as well that we will probably as well. And
Rodrygo, okay, bloody hell, okay.
Listen, when you're back in the big leagues, you need to make big league moves. You know what I mean? Just ask Liverpool, man. You know what I mean? They're making big league moves.
By the way, you guys said verbatim, you're not going to pay his wages unless he lowers it.
Who?
Rodrygo.
Listen, that's exactly what was going to happen. So listen, if he wants to, and he's interested in us, from what I've heard. So listen, we'll see what happens in that regard. But
Nico Williams.
I'm not a big fan of his personally.
If Rodrygo leaves, Nico Williams going to Real Madrid.
You think so? Nah.
He wouldn't go to Real Madrid. He would go to Barcelona if he would go to.
Marca said that he has a pre-agreement with Real Madrid.
Marca is the equivalent of the Sun, so I
saw some links. I saw some links that Arsenal were linked to Rodrygo. Did you see that ago?
Yes, but
and from a reliable source too. Yeah.
Once again, he wants 325k a week.
You lot would give him that? What? Havertz is on 280.
Oh, we got some breaking news.
Breaking our wage structure for
some breaking. Yeah, for Chelsea. Yeah, we're trying to. Apparently, we're intensifying talks to buy Branthwaite. So, from Jarrad Branthwaite.
What?
Chelsea don't stop.
Are you trying to buy?
Chelsea don't stop.
Who's the source though?
It's a very very reliable Chelsea insider. It's a Chelsea insider source, very reliable.
Who is it?
Alex Goldberg and Inside Phillips.
Oh,
like really reliable.
Oh, you're trying to buy Braithwaite also. Damn.
Okay.
Yeah. So guys,
that's a good point.
Chelsea trying to buy Gittens. They're trying to buy. They've already got Delap. They're trying to buy one of Gyokeres and Ekitike on top of what they already have. And they're looking at
business-wise. In a way, business-wise, Delap is a kind of a no-brainer in the sense that he's English and you're getting for 30 million. If he has a good season or 2, or doesn't have a good season or 2, you can recoup the 30 million minimum, right? So you got him on the release clause, and if you sell him, you can still sell him at 25 and make a bit of money or break even. So it's a low risk, relatively speaking. Obviously, it takes up a space in your squad, and ideally you want someone who's going to fit the mold. But
yeah, man, if it's an archetype, it's fine.
Right, it'll be cheap wages as well. He should be on about 100k. He's on 20k now.
He'll be on less than 100k at Chelsea.
That's what I'm saying. So you're probably 80 maybe.
If Rack says it's good business,
we do have a lot of clubs to mention today, so we're just before we move on. Does anybody else have anything else to say on Chelsea? Because I was gonna mention the goalkeeper, and I thought it was a good segue to Man City also, because you guys are both looking at Joao Garcia. Am I wrong?
No, we're not. Chelsea scouted him, but all that they've done. But I feel like Chelsea's main guy probably is going to be Maignan. they're really looking to get Maignan, bro.
Ooh, you think you're gonna get Mike Maignan from AC
I
Milan?
think he's been offered to us, I think apparently, and it's just about whether or not AC Milan's fee is going to be available.
Wow.
Chelsea's.
So 1 second. So you could get Mike. You're gonna get what's it called, Costa from Porto. Am I wrong?
Yes, the City's got Costa. Yes.
I'm talking to you, Vader.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Short list right now. It's not confirmed.
All right.
So nobody wants Joe Garcia. Maybe we have a chance.
Is Pep Linders confirmed to City now?
Yeah, he is.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's confirmed. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, look at that rat, man. Look at that rat, man.
He's not a no, he's not a rat. He's not leaving Liverpool.
He's unemployed.
No. You know, it's just kind of interesting because Pep Linders has kind of split the Liverpool fan base for a while because
you backed him, right?
No, so I was one of the people that said quite a long time ago, but I saw that they may look to transition from Klopp to Pep Linders. This is about maybe 3-4 years ago. But then the thing is, a lot of Liverpool fans. Yeah. The book thing was the book thing was a bit silly, but I think people overblew what he was. They were saying he's giving away our tactics. He's giving away our tactics. Like, nothing in the book.
He wasn't.
No, he wasn't giving away. Of course not, because there wasn't anything in that book that any half decent tactician wouldn't be able to identify anyway.
But he gave good insight with regards to the players at Liverpool and how he went about training and tactics. I
don't know how many people know about this, but Hussam, myself, Tom Little.
Yeah, you guys
did a book.
Book club.
We
did the Pep Linders book club one week when it was the international break. And
oh my god!
Look,
how many episodes was it?
I don't know, but it was like a week. It was like a mini series for a week. Every day we would do 2 or 3 chapters or whatever.
So you guys read it live on stream?
No. They read it before joining your stream.
It's a book club, isn't it? So you did it.
They read it and then talked about it.
Yeah.
And look,
you know what,
Egal? There was one chapter.
I haven't been to a book club since I was a kid, man. Allow me.
You've never been to a book club. Stop it.
There's one specific section which riled up a lot of people, which was when Pep he used the phrase training is our transfers. And obviously everybody knows how much fans these days love the transfer window. And Liverpool also in the recent history have not been, the most active in the transfer market. So that wound up a hell of a lot of people. The fact that he was saying training is our transfers, it pissed a lot of people off. But it was quite funny.
There's going to be 2 Peps.
Yeah. Pep and Pep squared.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't mind. It didn't work out for him. He proved that he wasn't a manager.
Who was Pep's number 2 this year?
Wait, you don't think he was successful while at Liverpool?
No. I mean, as a manager.
No. But as an assistant manager,
he left Liverpool to go to RB Salzburg and got sacked after 6 months.
But
that was his second manager. As an assistant manager, yeah, of course. I mean, he was part of the success. Some people obviously don't like it, but I don't know how much. It's difficult to apportion how much of the success was down to him and how much of the success was down to other people.
You know what? Bringing it back quickly, does everyone think Liam Delap is a good signing for Chelsea?
Yes.
I don't. I think he could have done better. Yeah. Why not go for an Usherman? He would have been perfect.
If you're going for 2 strikers,
they're going for 2 strikers.
If you're going for 2 strikers, then
but I don't think do you know what I mean? You need goals. Delap scored 12 goals last season or 13 goals last season. I don't think he's the answer.
He scored more goals than Jackson this season. So what are you trying to say?
Well, yeah, but
that's not
still
hard.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think
an improvement.
Me personally,
why are you hating like this?
Bro, I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm a realist. I'm being for real. If I got Delap,
if Delap is the only one coming in, it's a bad signing. If Delap is coming in with somebody else, it's a good signing.
No. You guys are hating now. Let me speak as a neutral. Because
you're not a neutral. He's a Man City academy boy.
Well, Chelsea's kind of we've been helpful.
Chelsea's your Man
my
City
Blue Brothers. A couple academy players have made their way over there, so it's helped them get back into this winning way, and they won a trophy.
It's like me saying Red Brothers.
Yeah, but before I let Vita go,
I don't think Rack.
I'm gonna have Vita have his last say on this.
Come on,
Red Cartel, man.
When it comes
Fight the power.
Don't put your hand up again.
When it comes to Delap,
fist, the closed fist. You couldn't see it. It was off camera, but it's a closed fist. Look.
When it comes to Delap for me, he's used an archetype that we've been missing. A guy that can head the ball, that's a bit more aggressive. And that's the sort of thing that we've been missing, in my personal opinion. A lot of the time, if you look at the way Chelsea attacks, we put him crosses into the box, but then there's no one there.
Jackson and Gyu and all those guys are gone.
Gui's always going to be a guy that's going to be on loan. He's going to be on loan. He's going to do his time. He's going to learn his trade. That's what we need. He's a future for the future for the club. You know, who could also be just be another flip. You know, we bought him for 6 million. It is what it is.
This is why I want my club to do this with Arsenal. If you're going to sign Sesko, also get me Gyokeres.
Oh my God!
I'm mucking about.
No, you see, this is what I'm just saying in the chat. Someone's like, Ems doesn't understand English because we're getting 2 strikers. But bro, if you get 2 strikers that are just as good as each other, do you know what I mean? Because unless you get like an Osherman or a Gyokeres, I don't see.
Yeah, but you got to realize Chelsea's situation right now. They don't have the striker. So Delap is an automatic improvement. Because he's going to be better than Jackson.
And secondly, we need to be honest, guys. Yeah,
that's 100%.
Wait, I know, I get that, but listen, let's.
He's a Chelsea academy. He's a City academy player going to Chelsea. It's guaranteed he's going to be good.
But we know there's something that none of us here are talking about. Yeah, when it comes to Gyokeres, when it comes to the Osimhens of this world, why is no one else in Europe going for these 2 guys right now?
No, because Osimhen is asking for.
Wait, that's what I'm getting to, go. Because a lot of these guys. No, because both of these guys are asking for, I think, a certain amount in wages that I do not think a lot of clubs.
Oh wait! Don't talk shit about Gyokeres.
Apparently that's something to do with him as well.
Well, no, Gyokeres.
The real reason why people don't want Gyokeres is because because they're looking at the Portuguese league and they're sticking their nose up at it.
But to my point though. But that's not good to my point.
I think Gyokeres is waiting for either Barcelona because I think he might be Lewandowski's replacement. I think there's something going on there.
No chance in hell.
No, but that's what the Barca fans are saying, bro. They're saying we want to replace.
I like Gyokeres. He would not last 1 year.
He scored like 60 goals, bro. Like he's a goal
scorer. Can I be objective? Yeah, let's be objective about Gyokeres again. Gyokeres scored 39 goals in the league. In the league. Now there's another guy that remember Chelsea was linked to this guy called Samu. He scored half the goals of his 19. In the league. Now I want you to put in perspective. This guy was struggling the season before. Only scored 9 goals in La Liga. You know what I mean? The season before. So perspective-wise, it is his numbers are looking a bit fugazi just from that perspective. You then add Darwin Núñez coming from there, then Concrava Ramos coming from there. Even João Felix, you have to really put into that sort of bracket now because he's also.
But then you got players like Bruno. You've got players that
but those guys are.
We're talking strikers.
But then context, those are midfielders and then defenders, right? But from a striker standpoint, a lot of the guys that are there. They don't really bank. The last guy, the only guy that's somewhat looking, the only guy that's somewhat decent. But aren't
the goalkeepers in that country really good?
But sticking. Oh wow! Strikers. Stick to strikers.
Goalkeepers really good.
But Ahmed, Sesko, Arsenal linked with Sesko. He scored 13
I don't rate him either.
One more goal than Delap this season.
Yes, but
Delap is proven.
But I would argue Delap is doing it in a much harder league.
He done it 1 year, bro. Proven. He done it once.
All right, guys.
He's come through the City Academy.
I have been fighting.
That's big. That's a big deal.
That's the only reason you like him, Beta.
I've been fighting my own fan base today because ever since the Sesko
you're always fighting your own fan base.
Yeah, man.
Listen,
you're always at war.
I am on
civil war going on the Arsenal fan base, and you're always at one side. Everybody else.
Hear me out. I'm on Team Gyokeres, but I'm hearing Gyokeres is more likely to join Chelsea than he is to join Arsenal if he comes to London.
Why?
Because Chelsea are looking for a second striker.
You need a striker. You need
Arsenal's recruitment team, Arsenal's manager have inquired about Sesko last summer, wanted to sign him for 45 million. We couldn't do it because he wanted to stay an extra year for development. This year, his development stagnated and his price didn't go too high. The 90 million stuff is bullshit. He's actually going to go for around 60 million.
Yeah. He's not.
It's
Yeah.
around
All
60
of them,
million
all of
he's
them.
probably going to go for, right?
Him and
And,
Ekitike,
and let me just finish
all
this
these guys
last
are going to go
point.
for the same
Let
price.
me just finish this last
They're
point.
going to go for the same price. They're not gonna go for
Andre
100 million.
Berta, when he came in, the rumor was that he wanted Gyokeres, but now it seems like the rumor is that Arsenal Football Club wanted Sesko in May of last year. Arsenal Football Club wanted Sesko in January this year. Arsenal Football Club, now that Sesko is available once again, is going to go for him again because the Arsenal scouts believe that Sesko in 2 years' time could be one of the best strikers in the world.
Why are you taking that? Why are you taking that?
Yeah.
You're taking that quote out of context. That wasn't an Arsenal scout.
Yeah, bro, and it wasn't even that
That's
as
what
well.
an Arsenal scout told him.
No. What
That's
I
not,
read,
that's not an Arsenal.
Right.
That's a sporting director for another club said it to someone on an Arsenal podcast. It was not an Arsenal fan. I watched the podcast.
And apparently
You watched the blog. Wow.
Bro, and apparently you told
it's the one with the guy with the beard and the other American guy. What's his name? What's it called? It's one of those Arsenal podcasts. They were talking about it. They were like, "Oh yeah, this sporting director, not the Arsenal sporting director, not an Arsenal scout. It's somebody from another thing. So in 2 years, he's going to be the best."
And maybe I misunderstood, but he also said in that sentence that he believes Arsenal will sign Gyokeres because we don't have time. But all of a sudden, in 48 hours, shit switched. And
that's football, bro. That's football, though, isn't it?
No, but bro, like you guys were in for Sesko last season, right? And you were in for him in January. So I believe you lot have made a deal with him. You've obviously told Leipzig keep him for 1 more year. We're going to come in for him in the summer, and I think that deal has already been done. That's why you're not hearing much on Gyokeres. That's why you're not hearing much on anything else. But Sesko doesn't seem to go away with you lot. And also, if you look at what you already have, you got Havertz. Is Sesko a massive improvement on Havertz? Let's be real now.
He's a better finisher.
He's faster, better finisher.
I would have to disagree with you.
Em, you're hating today, Em.
Bro, I'm just.
Sesko's definitely a better finisher.
I don't rate Sesko.
You guys want to criticize Sesko? He's definitely a better finisher.
He's not a better finisher though.
That's what I'm saying.
Then Havertz.
No.
I think they're the same.
I actually think
Havertz.
Him and Havertz are the same in my personal
Really?
opinion. Genuinely, in my personal opinion, in terms of finishing, they're both the same right now. Because
Bro,
I think the
man outperformed his XG for 3 seasons in a row. That is clinical.
I want to really add this point about XG.
XG
again, it's just a generalization. This is why I always say we need PXG, which is called player XG, but we actually use player history data because this XG thing. You know what I mean?
Total Eclipse is taking a piss. Man's calling him Tesco, you know.
Oh my god!
Did you guys see the post that somebody made? They put him in a Tesco shirt. Oh man, it was terrible. But hey,
good, mate.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I am not sold on Sesko being the solution. I want Gyokeres because I believe Gyokeres right now is capable of coming in and scoring 20 goals. But one thing I do know, Gyokeres might not be the best fit. The way that he plays, we're going to have to play differently.
Yeah, well, you guys have to
hold
the
ball. Comes to my mind is Rack's quote. Is it potential or is it right now? Is it the conundrum? What did you say? The conundrum of ceiling versus.
I was doing a Piers Morgan, man. I got a conundrum.
The conundrum versus ceiling versus floor. Rack, what do you think, guys?
How old is
Sesko or Gyokeres? Is Arsenal making a mistake?
He's 21. Okay, cool.
One is 21, one is 26.
Look, I've said this before, right? Ultimately, there's 2 strikers you could argue this summer who are proven enough that are guaranteed, right? Or that are played at a very high level and are very consistent. Julian Alvarez and what's his name from Newcastle?
I know
right?
Julian.
I know.
You're better off getting Jackson from Chelsea, bro, if you're going to get Sesko.
So, and then after that, you've got this. After that, there's a bunch of 3. There's Ekitike, there's Sesko, and there's Gyokeres, right? All 3 of them are proven to some degree, but all 3 of them have question marks. Gyokeres is older, has scored more goals than any of the other 2 in a league, but the league that he's scored them in is questionable. The other 2 haven't even scored the volume of goals, but they're young and arguably have got a higher ceiling. And that's why all this talk of like 100 million for Sesko, 100 million for Ekitike is nonsense. Then there's no way they're going for 100 million because no one's going to pay that. If Eintracht Frankfurt wants and RB Leipzig, especially after Sesko has had, like you said, Igal, had a season where he stagnated a bit. To be fair, Leipzig also didn't have a very good
Yo,
season.
can you read this?
So part
Can
of
you
it
guys read this?
is their issue.
Have
But
you
they're
guys
not gonna
heard
go front.
about?
You're looking at
heard
50, 60
about-
million from 60 million. I think is a tops. I can't see anybody paying any more than that.
I think he's
Is this
saying.
one of
Yeah.
those fake
Right.
names where you're taking the piss?
No, have you guys heard about
Bastos, yeah.
Bastos
Check
and
out
Jones?
Bastos. But he
They
killed it in the
scared-
Portuguese
They
league.
scored some goals as Gyokeres for 2 seasons in each Portuguese league. They are nowhere to be found.
Mm.
Okay.
Here's another one. I know obviously he's a bench player for Inter, but he was quality when in that Portuguese league. Jeremie,
Yeah.
another one that gets spoken
Yeah,
about.
that's fair.
The only one that I've seen, I think with Jeremie, he's actually been a decent sign for Inter. I won't hear him that much. Even Nelson's another one who did quite well in the Portuguese league, but he's been decent though. I'd argue in the league. But again, you know, the expectations are not going to be the same as Gyokeres, if that makes sense.
I was gonna say, yeah, Total Eclipse made a good comment. It's about Alvarez at Atletico, yeah.
Mm.
I don't think Arsenal will go in for him because I don't think he's the type, but I think Liverpool, bro. I think if Liverpool get like an Alvarez, you know, because
Listen,
you ain't got a
the
proper
problem with
centre
him, he
forward.
wants the sun. He wants the sun, bro. That's the problem.
Was that Vayner laughing?
Yeah, but
Well,
who's got
well,
Cherki?
well,
Like,
well,
we're gonna talk on the signings they've made because I'm so
You're
upset
gonna
you signed
kill another
Cherki, bro.
player.
Yo, but
That's
guys,
about to kill
let me
another
just
player.
finish off the Sesko section. Do you guys all disagree with me or agree with me? Arsenal signing Sesko is another potential signing, and I feel like we're taking away from.
Can I ask you a question?
Look,
Before you go, right,
none of them are guaranteed to go. Like I said, they all 3 of them, him, Ekitike, and
The answer is no, Ahmed.
Gyokeres.
You can't say
There's
something.
the question
No,
mark,
I've
the
got a
question
good
marks on
question.
all
I've
of
got a
them.
question for him. Right.
If they were proven, then they would be in a different price bracket. Gyokeres
do you know what-
is arguably just as unproven as the other 2.
You know what it is though, right? I'm
The
gonna
Portuguese
give you,
league is a good
I'm gonna
point,
give you.
though.
I'm gonna ask you a question, yeah, Igal, and you can answer this here how you want. One of the reasons you bring in strikers is because they need to add goals to your team. They need to be doing that sort of thing. They're going to be adding goals.
What do you think, man?
Realistically, how much is he going to be adding to your squad? Realistically, with the amount of goals you've scored, how much more do you think he adds to that?
Who, Sesko or Gyokeres?
Let's say Sesko, because that's the guy that's.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Sesko joins our team. He might play left wing some games. He might play striker. He might play all over.
Yeah,
the place.
that's what you don't need. That's
What
the problem. That's the problem, bro.
This is why I want to ask this question. So he's not even
I don't know.
coming to play the jobs they want him
We
to.
got a striker.
Why don't you just answer the question straight up? How many goals do you think he adds to your club?
I don't know, maybe 10, 15 max, all comps.
Yeah, I can
All
see
comps.
that. Maybe all comps, 10, 15
even-
goals.
I don't see him currently as a 30 goal a season striker.
And he's not
You
going
don't
to be
have to go
a
that
stopper,
far.
right?
I don't see him as a 20 goal a season striker.
Wow.
Bro, I guarantee
Someone from
you,
the
yeah, Jesus
Bundesliga,
will come back from
I think
injury. and
I think if I'm
he'll
being
be on the
fair,
bench.
all competitions, 15 is a realistic target.
Wow.
And that's like minimum.
Wow.
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 No, but that's
You could
like
get more.
I think that's true. Like, what do you guys thinking?
If it was Osimhen, if it was even somebody
But
who's a little bit
that's
more
the point.
experienced, like Isaac, Julian Alvarez, I
when
would
has
expect
Sesko ever
more.
scored 30 goals in a season?
No, I'm not saying that, but I think he's answering our question though. That you know,
Yeah.
But you know what? The club is doing what. So you know when Jose Mourinho had the interview and he said heritage, football heritage, Man
Yeah,
City.
he's speaking about City. He was speaking about
when
City.
he's speaking about City and he's like
All right, mate.
investments
All right,
from the
bro.
past.
Now that quote's been butchered, Em. That's why I gotta step in because everyone's butchered that quote.
Bro, but I remember when he used it in the
When
Europa
he
League.
spoke
and he was like,
about
heritage.
Otamendi, all these guys, investments from the past. He's basically saying Arsenal need to still invest for the future and they cannot sign for tomorrow, forgetting that their project is dependent on what players they bring in and not to divert and lose focus due to pressure. Now, I personally am somebody who believes that the club need to win now and stop focusing on the foreseeable future because we never know if we're going to ever get to that level of, if we don't sign players to win now. But maybe if they do sign Gyokeres and they were to sign Nico Williams, I don't know what they were going to do with them two. But if they get me Rodrygo, that will kind of balance out the Sesko because I know Rodrygo is going to bring in a lot of goals also.
yeah. Because the thing for me, Galia, is that if you bring in a Sesko, and I know Arteta's a big fan of Havertz, right? He's probably going to be starting, so it's almost like you kind of almost back to square one because essentially Sesko, there may be potentially bangs off the bench, but then if Havertz is still starting for you, what has necessarily changed?
You want to know something? I don't care who you bring in. You better deliver the league or the Champions League.
Fair enough. Damn.
No, but you
You're
do,
more time.
bro. Listen, for me, if Arteta doesn't bring in a manager, you need to start looking at Arteta because there has to be something there with him not wanting to sign a striker, with him not wanting to play
don't
with
do that.
an out centre
Hey,
forward.
you know what?
Bro, it has to be. Why are you not signing a striker?
No, but he obviously
Arteta
wants a
to sign
striker.
But
He wants a striker.
at this point,
Why would you sign Marino then?
I'm pushing the conversation elsewhere. But before we go, because I want to get away from the Arteta talk, I want to get away from the Sesko talk. Quickly, let's go to Man City. Man City accepted a fee, got a fee accepted for Reijnders. Is that true?
Yeah. Gunshots.
Tell me, what do you think he is?
Cherki coming in as well. I can't believe it.
Who's he going to replace, or what kind of players?
Linjders doing his work already.
He's going to be that Gundogan crash in the box replacement, bro. I think, in my personal opinion.
City and Liverpool, I'm predicting it now.
And is Cherki going to be like? Is Cherki going to be the?
I'm predicting it now. Like it's the earliest prediction ever. Liverpool and City.
So Cherki's like the Bernardo Silva. Reijnders like the Gundogan.
Did you say Cherki is like Bernardo Silva?
Yeah, he's a winger who can play on the midfield.
No, he's not Bernardo Silva, bro. He's better.
You hate Cherki. Why do you hate Cherki?
I love it.
This is actually
such a good player. Such a good player.
He's basically the KDB replacement. He'll be the
No. Now you guys are doing
KDB replacement.
Don't listen to that, Igal. Don't listen to that.
Yes, he is.
Don't listen
That's
to
what
Ahmed.
you're looking at him for, no?
Don't listen to Ahmed with regards to the KDB replacement.
Listen, you know I'm Cherki's biggest fan, man. I wanted him at Chelsea. But, you know,
yeah, that's all good, but we're not going to do this. We're not going to do laziness on this show. No, there's no KDB replacement.
Who's going to do Cherki's running for him? When you've already got Haaland, who's not doing much defensive work, right? If City signed Cherki,
I've never seen Rack so heated about a player.
Right, Igal. Remember when you did a kind of intro?
Because people look at players just purely through the window of technique, and they ignore everything else. There are massive question marks about Cherki.
Why are you starting with negatives already, Rax? Why are you always emphasizing the negatives? It's just a sign. What are you doing here?
Are you calling him
because you know the reason why is because people are starting the positives up here rather than being balanced in the first place. I'm bringing balance to the force.
Wait. The conversation just started. Who was bringing all of the highlights and all of the positives up here? Who was doing that? I didn't get a chance to speak yet. You guys were all rattling off what you thought the player was. Where was all that?
What's this hate on Cherki? I said Cherki's a lazy forward.
Look at Bernardo Silva's work rate over the years. I think it's completely disrespectful to say that he's a Bernardo Silva when Cherki's not going to do the dirty work that Bernardo Silva does.
No, I think he's more of a Cazorla.
I didn't call him Bernardo Silva though. I didn't call him Bernardo Silva. So
Ahmed likes those kind of players.
Yeah, techie, bro. Super techie. He uses both.
You know what, man?
He's a Dimitri Payet. He's a Dimitri Payet. He will wow you, right?
He's not my guy, man.
Payet was unbelievable.
He's a Cazorla.
No, but listen. He will have moments where he'll wow you with his technique. There'll be moments where you get off your seat, but most of the time he's going to underwhelm. I hope. I'm
gonna hold you to this, bro, because I love this player. I wish he came United.
I hope City sign him.
You know what really pissed off Rack and the Liverpool fan base? The Cherki Wirtz comparisons.
No, it's not nothing to do. There's loads of Liverpool fans who want Cherki as well. I'm like, no. I don't want him anywhere near us.
What do you think his issue is? He's not an efficient player.
We played Leon, bro. So I've watched him for 2 games, and in those 2 games, he was probably their best player.
In my opinion, he'll have moments of magic, right? Dimitri Payet that season was unbelievable, but he was also unbelievable for it was West Ham, right? He had moments where I loved watching him. That season, and I think there will be moments where Cherki is spectacular, but I think he's going to have. If you expect him to put the kind of work rate that Pep would expect, I think he's going to pull your hair out.
No. I think he will, bro. Player. Pep demands that. Do you think Pep's not already spoken to him?
Creativity right now, and he brings an abundance.
I agree, bro. I think he's such a good player. I think he's such a good player.
Listen.
But let's hear from the Man City guys.
We don't need to hear from.
This is the most heated we've been over a Man City topic in forever.
This player is about to be ruined by Pep Guardiola. He's about to ruin another good one. Why is City getting their hands on that level of creativity, bro? He's about to destroy him, bro. He's about to take one of the robot. We're about to sit another robot.
You wanted
bro.
him at Chelsea. You view him like
nah, man. It's actually gonna hurt me, bro. This is gonna be like we're about to lose another Maverick, bro. You know what I mean? He's gonna be like another Phil Foden in 2 years' time, bro. You know what I mean? Where it's gonna be where people are gonna be start cooking him because like, oh, what happened to this guy, bro? And everything like that. That's what's gonna happen to him, man. I can see it, man. Oh my lord!
But you know what? That's a good point, Ahmed. That's a good point because
second,
what happens to Phil Foden?
I missed the super chat. This guy's saying Osimhen will end up at Chelsea and Alvarez will end up at Liverpool. That is wild.
It's not too wild. But I don't think Osimhen for Chelsea. I don't think Osimhen for Chelsea.
Ooh, that is wild though.
I think there's two reasons.
Once the blue, always the blue. He ain't going to Liverpool.
I think Alvarez will cost a lot of money because
120 million.
They bought him for 90 million, right? So they're probably not going to sell him, even though he's in a good age. But second of all, apparently he didn't really like it in England, and so obviously that England's not changing, right? Like obviously,
yeah, but he's coming Liverpool, not England. He's coming Liverpool, not England. You know, Liverpool got their own little, you know.
Sure.
Hey, bro, allow it. They've been through a lot lately, man. We don't need to make
can I talk about my
potential findings? I was just saying.
He's saying Liverpool's a bit different. He's saying Liverpool's a special place.
It's been good.
Yeah,
I thought you were making it as
Trent noticed that.
What does that mean?
Anyways, guys, this is the longest we've gone on a City section without Vader letting him say his bit. This is actually crazy. Cherki brought
and long way it continues.
Cherki has brought more divisiveness in this panel from Ahmed and Rak than I've ever seen. No topic has gotten you two more divided.
Mm.
Ahmed would agree. Ahmed, you agree? He has moments of genius, right? He does have.
He's perfect for TikTok.
But you also agree.
I agree with the point that he can be lazy at times. I actually think that's a fair point that you're making, by the way. But the problem for me is, the thing is, you know, how is he going to work in this? How he works in this is going to be interesting because in a post ACL world, can he be doing all that running and all that stuff? You know what I mean? I don't know. Tijjani Reijnders defensively, I don't care what Veta tells me. I watch this guy every day, every week in AC Milan. He tries. He's a coon. He's just like Enzo. You know what I mean? He's just like Enzo for real. You know what I mean? Enzo Fernandes sometimes he's a coon, and I call him up for it. But
wait, you think Reijnders just like Enzo?
No, I'm using him as like in terms of like defensively, like they can be like cones.
Is he better than Scott McTominay?
He's a better
defensive. I wouldn't put Scott McTominay
this season. Scott McTominay has been better than him in my personal opinion.
Yeah. Scott McTominay's playing the season in Italy.
Finally, let Vader say his bit on his player.
Go on.
I'm gonna make sure to bookmark this episode because
I might have to clip it up for you. This is
30th of May, 2025 at 8:54 p.m.
I'm going to come back for you if Cherki actually has a good season.
Come back.
Yeah, Rax. Why are you using army time as well? Why is your phone set to army time? What's going on here? Just because you're getting in the gym more and you got the gun.
I mean, that's universal, man. Even mine is like that.
All right, my bad. Listen, as good as Rax looks today in that blue that he's wearing, I gotta disagree with him. The whole thing with regards to these players coming to my club, they're playing for a different manager. You can't critique what you've seen from these players and expecting the same thing over at City. The one thing that you all know is that I'm going to be facing the most low blocks next season. So that my biggest concern in terms of being able to run up and down the pitch, I need creativity. I need low block lock breakers. That's what I need. So I'm excited with these two signings. I'm also getting a little more pace and power than what I've had. KDB, we've seen it. As brilliant as he's been, he can't run up and down that pitch. Bernardo Silva, someone mentioned him. He's been at 31. He's been so incredible for us. The mileage that he's put on, he's not able to do it like that anymore. We need new. And obviously with a Gundogan, same thing, right? So Rodri's going to have a partnership of Nico Gonzalez. He's going to have Reijnders. He's going to have Cherki. It's going to be good, and the possibility of Gibbs White, who we all know is a runner. So I'm happy with this. We need to unlock these low blocks. So poo-poo on these signings, Ahmed. Rax. Y'all hate. That's cool.
I didn't hate on him. I'm backing you for Cherki. But I'm saying you're going to destroy him, though. That's my thing.
No, bro. Hey, Ahmed, even when you look at it,
that's kind of sneak this in.
hardened up front next season, bro. With the creativity, I think they're gonna be fine, bro. I think they've got more than enough.
Guys, we got 300 people in the building. Hit that like button.
Like the button, man. Come on, guys.
Hit the like button. You know what I like? I like the consistency from the viewers. I love it. Please do hit that like button, though. You're not being consistent with the like button. We're doing everything else, but not a like button. Come on. But I'm just gonna finish off. I'm kind of happy to see City going for players that is not like making everyone freak out and say, "Oh my God, they're gonna win the league again. They're gonna dominate."
I'm freaking out, bro. I don't know about you.
115 charges, man.
I'm freaking out. They don't care, bro.
They just signings. You know what I'm saying, you know what? They're signing players where they're gonna have to work to make these guys like really good players.
It's looking a bit dodgy, man. It's the 115 charges. You know what's going on there? You know,
no, it's not dodgy. Let's not do that.
Yo, what's the guy you signed from my man? What's his name, bro? You gave him 280 in January. What's his name? Marmouche, yeah. Is he 28? Right? 28?
No, he's like 24.
No, he's 20. No, he's 26, I think.
He's 26 years old. Same as like Nkunku, basically.
26, I think.
Okay, cool. So it's the same thing. That's what made me think that City have nothing. No, bro, he's a baller. But for them to sign him in January and give him 280 racks a week, they don't care about these charges, bro. You don't do that if you think.
No, maybe they care about the Club World Cup.
I don't know what it is, bro, but they don't seem scared. They're making signings.
Maybe you know what it is, yeah. I'm gonna put this out there. You know, maybe just that City is just following a new model. They only just got a new model, man. Maybe they're not.
Chelsea model.
I just want anybody except Real Madrid. I'll be so happy if they won the Club World Cup, especially after all this nonsense. They're going to pay us £10 million for Trent as well. Like, please. Raider, do us a favor, man.
Bro, you guys hit the lottery on that 10 million. Why did they even pay you? They didn't have to.
I feel like they were trying to make it. They're trying to save.
They could have registered him.
Listen.
After missing 3 games.
But the point is, when the European first Cup was first conceived, Madrid won the first 5, but that's because the English teams didn't even bother. They didn't even see it as worth entering. For them, it was beneath them. They didn't want to be involved in this stuff. So they are looking at it from the point of view that, hey, in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, this competition may become the premier competition in the world. If we win it now, we've got one. We're one up.
Aren't you happy you got 10 million though?
Sure, but I also don't want Madrid to win the Club World Cup for that reason. Fuck them.
Fair.
Yeah.
But the reason why they're doing that.
Were you happy when Arsenal beat Madrid?
But me?
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda. I wasn't like cheering every goal, but I thought it was quite funny.
All right. Vader, what do you think about this? Echo Falls says Pep needs 3 things we lack this season: tech to keep the ball, legs to press, and a lock picker for low blocks. And Cherki's one of the 3.
Listen, Echo Falls, if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that moving forward. He's talking perfect football right now. He's exactly right. Those are things that we've missed. Those are the things that, again, some of you on this panel were kind of like poo-pooing and saying, I'm not so wowed by these signings. It's not always about the flashy names, Chelsea fans. It's not always about getting the big marquee signing, United fans. Sometimes you just need to go and get what is right for your club. All right. So I'm confident that we've got enough of the stars in the right places, like we've seen Liverpool do. You know, they've got the right stars, and then they got the supporting cast. So let's see how these players fit into the supporting cast. And if they want to become a star, Pep will definitely make you one.
All right. Today they signed Trent's replacement, Frimpong. What do we think?
Frimpong's a decent player. Very good going forward, I have to say. He's got a bags of pace, which will help him out, I think. That's an advantage that he might have over Trent, you know. Like he's able to.
Is he ready physically for the Premier League?
I guess we'll have to find out. I think that's the one thing.
He does look kind of small.
Yeah, but you know, we've had smaller guys that, you know, obviously
Lamptey and stuff.
We've had Lamptey. Azpilicueta wasn't a tall person, and he needs to play that position quite well.
True.
So it's not that. Listen, height can always be a factor, but I think one thing that you also have to have good amount of pace. Maybe you need to bulk up a little bit, because if you've got bags of pace, I would say Look, just
He's only 65 kg, bro. He's gonna get thrown around.
If he gets like
give him your workout program, Ahmed.
You know what I mean? Extra 10 pounds, man. You know what I mean? Something like that. You know, of muscle. I think he'll be all right. I'll be honest.
What you saying, guys? Everyone here saying Frimpong is gonna work out for Liverpool. Good signing.
Yeah, apparently his dad's a Liverpool fan as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he played for Man City's academy too.
I think it's a good sign. If anything, I think it's an upgrade on Trent.
Pollinating the league.
Also.
Apparently, he wanted. Apparently, we were one of the teams that were interested in when as a youth player, but it was apparently easier for him to go to City because going to Liverpool was a bit of a trek. So he went and joined City's academy instead. Apparently, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what.
Also, Man City's academy is like the new Chelsea's academy. They were collecting.
City is copying us, man. You know, I mean, they're trying to do that. You know, trying to go.
To be fair, the last 10 years they've been better than you.
In terms of academy wise, they haven't been
bro, so they copied you. They surpassed you.
You literally have bought 4 of their players on their academy.
Listen, now we're surpassing them. That's it, man. You know what I mean? We're going decade for decade, man. Decade for decade. That's what
bro, Cole Palmer, Lavia, Colson, and now you signed Liam.
That's a good point. You've signed 4 players from their academy. You can't claim that you got.
And you got their academy coach.
To be fair, we've got 5.
And you got their academy coach as your head coach.
To be fair, they got one of our best guys.
You're literally Man City's B team.
Their best player came from our academy, though. So, like, listen, you know, their best came from our academy. So,
no, he didn't. You bought him.
He still played in the Chelsea academy, did he not?
No, he doesn't count as an academy player.
Oh wait, Sancho's a City academy as well.
Yeah, but listen,
we got Jarvis Smith.
I don't like the flexes too much because Chelsea fans have been getting upset. Chelsea fans have been getting upset
I don't need to
flex it.
Listen, I appreciate what they've given me. I appreciate what they've given me. So I don't actually feel upset about it at all. Why would I feel upset?
Marshall, RSM, they hate when I say you're welcome. They don't like when I say you're welcome. For all these
I don't really care, man. Listen, I got your players, and you
all right, guys.
So
we're cool with Frimpong. 110 million for Florian Wirtz.
100 what?
110 million pounds for Florian Wirtz.
We need 10 million more, and then we're not going to be.
I heard 130. I heard 130.
I heard Liverpool fans trying to.
Euros, 130 euros.
1 second. I heard one Liverpool fan try to flip the article and say, "Hey, we're paying less than what we offered for Caicedo for Florian Wirtz. What a deal."
And less than what was Declan Rice? 105.
Declan Rice was 5 million less.
105.
Yeah, Declan was 105.
Hey, anyhow,
what's £4 million between friends, man?
You know what it is, man. Don't worry, man. We've got
110 million.
I love it.
Million.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it, man. Listen, people are not going to be talking about my signings anymore, man. After this,
it gets to expose all these Liverpool frauds.
110 million for Florian Wirtz. Liverpool, come on. That's a big money signing for Liverpool.
You better off going for Alvarez.
No, he
we'll
never.
We'll do him too. We'll do him too, man.
That and you're right. That is striker money. That's actually striker money that they're spending.
Listen. For his sake, genuinely, I hope he has a good start because listen, when he got,
he only has 13 what do you call it? Bundesliga.
What about assists? You need to look at his assists. How many assists has he got though?
He has 13.
Yeah, see, so that's fine. 13 and 13 is okay, bro. Like
13 and 13 in his career.
Who?
How many does he have in his career?
He got 18 assists in the year. He got 18 assists and 14 goals or 15 goals the year they won the league.
Okay, my bad.
He's almost hitting Henry numbers of assists.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. For me, you need to be looking at his assistance.
My bad. I was looking at this season.
Yeah. Listen. Regardless of if he's done this season or last season, I hope he has a good start because you know what's gonna happen, bro.
I was talking about his career highs, NBA terms.
Because like because like if he doesn't start well, man, he's gonna get crashed on a week in week out.
Every player gets crashed on, but the reality is, I'm gonna give him the first 6 months.
I'm calm.
I'm gonna give him.
We talk negatively about this signing the way Rax talk negatively.
I'm not gonna make fun of him for the first 6 months.
Go, let's talk negatively about him. Go on.
For the first 6 months, you can't criticize him.
Give me your best shot.
Gal, what about Zubimendi? Because I swear you lot are linked with him as well. And
Zubimendi's coming into Arsenal.
Why are we moving on? Can we continue talking about?
Because 1 second, Zubimendi's coming to Arsenal. He's going to be
protected. My bad. He's
not going to be relied upon week in, week out. The question is, you're spending 110 million for Florian Wirtz. Who's coming out of the Liverpool midfield?
Why are we already talking about who's coming out? No.
How is he going to fit in? That's what I want to know.
What, Zubimendi? Well,
no, Florian Wirtz.
Oh.
Sabot's lying because Sabot's not been creating as much, and they need a guy that can do the creating job, innit?
Unless they decide they want to play him with a false 9, but I'll be surprised at that. But not impossible. His numbers are very similar to Roberto Firmino the season before he came to Liverpool.
Oh my goodness!
So that could work, you know.
No, it's not working. Don't listen to this nonsense. They're not going to play. They're not going to play Wirtz as the false 9. Stop it.
He's played a lot of false 9s throughout his year.
I'd be surprised if we didn't go for striker as well. To be fair, but it's a possibility.
He's played 5 games as a striker in his career.
In his career, okay.
No, this season. My bad. This season, not his career.
you keep getting the numbers wrong. What's wrong?
He was used 5 times
in his career. He's played a total of 15 games as a striker.
Okay. Well, if it is, I would say that this is striker level signing money. If you're going to be spending 110, that's usually for a huge difference maker. That's a goal scorer, in my opinion.
That's what he'll be.
And Rax is saying that's what he's going to be. So when we talk about the pressure is going to be tremendous because he is going to be he's a record signing right from the jump, right? So there's going to be a lot of expectations on him. There's also Liverpool who are verbally it's not even under wraps. They're not trying to do low key. They're talking about back to back. He's a
Northern of England record signing. Manchester United and Man City never spent more money.
What is the Northern England? What is
only Chelsea have spent more money than that. That's my point.
On one player, yeah.
On one player.
Yeah.
And he needs a world-class player, in my personal opinion. So big up to Caicedo.
Is Florian Wirtz currently on the cusp of becoming world-class?
I think Rax already believes that he's world class. I think
he has the potential in it. He has the potential.
Rax is not even showing his face. He's annoyed.
No. I think if you see him,
I'm preparing some food.
He does want to get clipped up.
We need to see him. We need to see him in the Prem. We need to see him in the Prem. If he has
but
he's joining. He's joining the champions.
Florian Wirtz is coming. I'm chilling.
I'm chilling, man.
He's joining the champions. There's no excuses for him to come in and underperform.
Yeah, I agree.
Right,
I agree. Right. I don't think he's world class yet, but he has the potential to be one of the top players in the world. And that's why you pay the money.
Is the pressure on him to deliver right away? Yes. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it depends what you mean by right.
Like
what? If he
takes
a while to settle,
a year.
No, by 10 games, you need to see how he's improved.
I'm giving him at least half in recent years have hit the ground running. So I would say I expect a good level from him from this first.
Why are you giving a rival more grace than you would your own player?
Because I think Liverpool. I've seen Ryan Gravenberch have a next year become player of the season. I've seen Man City. Gundogan go from not even kicking a ball to going on to being one of the best players in the league, single-handedly
banger in the final against the league title.
I've seen Chelsea, Enzo Fernandes have a flop season, have another poor season, and this year look generally world-class at times. I've seen Manchester United sign players in the past where we question why they signed them, turn out to be club legends. I've seen Arsenal and all of our clubs have players who came in, struggled, and then ended up kicking on. So I'm giving everybody grace, even if Arsenal signed Sesko and he has a poor first 7 games.
I see what you did there.
I'm giving him grace.
There we go.
But the reality is,
we got that. We got it out of him eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
We got lads.
I'm not doing an agenda. I'm being honest.
No, but listen, there's is it Samaridie saying what's your bullshit take?
Subsection 3, paragraph 2.
How many times do you see me?
Sorry.
How many times have you guys seen me sit here this year and criticize signings for being flops?
All the time.
I mean, it's a week. Every week, man, we've been
hearing about... I once all season make fun of Dominic Solanke?
Every week, bro. You haven't been here every week.
We've been here for 3 years, right? We've been here for the last 3 years doing this.
I've been here for 1 year. I've been here for 1 year, and I can name 1 year, and I can name you some players.
Who named them?
You actually have done it for 2 or 3 years.
Foden is definitely one of them.
Hold on,
Palmer.
I never called Palmer a flop. Ever since I seen him with
He
Liban
had
in
a-
Dubai,
he had
I'm
a
like,
short
that's my
period.
boy.
You
Yeah,
couldn't
I
call him a
remember.
flop in his first season. You could not call Cole Palmer a flop in his
The
first
season
season.
after,
He
though.
was amazing.
But okay, but hold on, because the evidence is there. We could all go back to your channel and see the early days for Caicedo, because he did have a rough go the first few games. You try to tell me that you were giving him patience and saying, "Hey, Chelsea fans, hey, that big signing, that record signing, there's time. Don't worry about it."
The only
Yeah,
guy I
give him
question is Enzo.
Patience. I have
The only
faith.
player, what?
The only player I question is Enzo, and it was the second season where I questioned him.
Oh, you
What
waited
about
an
Phil
entire
Foden this
season. All right,
season?
this is funny.
Phil Foden is not a
No,
new
Phil
signing.
Foden, yeah.
If
Bro,
Phil
hey,
Foden
hey,
goes to
yeah,
Aston
I
Villa,
wasn't here. Did you have a
if
question,
Phil Foden
Bruno?
goes to Aston
He's a
Villa,
player
I'll give him
Bruno and
time.
Odegaard.
But
Was
he's
there
a
an
player who
Odegaard
actually
Bruno
has done
comparison?
it.
If Phil
He's a
Foden
player
goes to
who has
Aston
done
Villa,
it.
I'll give him
Are
time.
you trying to tell me you never questioned Holland year one? Is he
Uh,
right for the City system? Is he gonna
Yeah.
No.
ruin them? No.
No. What
Okay.
I did was I
What'd
made
you do?
jokes the second season when Julian Alvarez was playing. That's all I did.
You made jokes a second.
Can I listen? Can I just make a comment quickly? Yeah, I find it disrespectful to call me a premtard when I am probably
Who called you that?
when I am here
You
to
called
watch.
you a premtard.
You know what I mean? Can you
This
be
guy was running a
It's
heavy
hilarious.
Palmer agenda. Get the
Nah,
hell out of
please,
here.
man. I'm so
I was
ashamed.
bigging up Palmer. I was bigging up Palmer. The only thing I was saying was you guys need to slow down with the comparisons to Saka.
You gave
man.
Nunes. Did you give Nunes time?
Nunes. I was actually one of the people who was not writing off Nunes.
Year one.
Did
You
you
were.
write off
HJ, you
Hoyland?
got
Do you know what? You got a right to write off Hoyland. So Hoyland must have been up there.
Yeah, you.
Bro,
If
you know
you
the thing
didn't
is,
talk
I'm very
about
sure
Hoyland,
about
that's the
Hoyland.
problem.
Yeah. I mean, no one was talking about.
I think I'm
Yeah.
part of the problem. I give these guys too much leeway. I should cuss you guys. That's what you're saying.
No, you've been cussing and you're trying to remix it like you haven't
Alright.
been.
He just
alright.
ain't
Yeah.
been
Alright,
cussing
guys.
up the elite
Guys,
players.
the
you know what I
last
mean?
15 minutes, Champions League final, Inter, PSG. Because there's no Premier League team, I feel like it's not as hyped. Or am I being a prem-tard as you guys are saying?
Again, that's
sorry,
very
please.
much a
It
Prem
goes
Todd
to
behavior
Prem
right now.
I'm sorry, but I gotta
Prem
go.
Todd behavior,
I gotta
Bro,
go.
the Champions League has not been
Line
hyped. The
tonight.
final has not been hyped. It's tomorrow.
And bless, man. If you got to go, bless.
Yeah, I gotta go,
Yeah,
man. I'm
big up
gonna go. I've got
Is the
shisha
Champions
booked
League
tonight.
final tomorrow?
I'll see you lot later.
big
Enjoy
up,
the
man.
show. Next one. Big up, everyone. Love, man.
Yo, who wins the Champions League?
What do you mean this season coming up?
Isn't it
Tomorrow.
tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Oh shit,
I told you. Nobody fucking knows it's tomorrow.
bro! I've tapped out. I told you, bro. I've tapped out.
United
Did you
go
know
fans are
it
in a
was
bad
the
place.
Champions League
United
tomorrow?
No,
the
but
killer,
United
man.
fans are in
United
a
the
bad
killer.
place right now.
Did
I'll
you know
go
the Champions
Inter.
League final was tomorrow?
I didn't know. Bro, I've tapped out. I told you.
Wallahi,
I've
this
tapped
is
out.
messed up.
No,
Nobody knows.
Bro, I just
you
lost to
can't-
Spurs, bro, and Chelsea just won
Yeah.
a fucking. Leave me alone, bro. Liverpool won the
Did you
league.
know it was
I am
tomorrow?
tired, bro.
Ems
Yeah, I
turned
did.
off all notifications with
Vader,
regards
did you
to
know it was
football.
tomorrow? Tell me
Yeah,
in
I
the
knew it was
chat.
tomorrow,
Please
of
tell me
course.
if you forgot the Champions League finals tomorrow. Because I genuinely feel like
That's my
everyone
prediction.
forgot.
Big up, boys. Love. Catch you on the next one.
Peace out, guys.
Big up them.
The only people who care is Inter and Italian fans and friggin' what do you call it? French fans. Like
Twitter's cooked,
Mhm.
man. Again, damn.
Twitter's
Well,
cooked.
what happened on
Why?
Twitter?
Yeah, you know what he does, man. It's broken as usual. But as I was saying,
As long as not a bunch of Kanye West tweets don't come up. Like
don't worry,
that
man.
guy was moving mad this year.
But yeah, I was gonna say quickly. Yeah, I think for me, I have to say PSG, man. I'm gonna go. I think it's gonna be PSG's year this year. Man. I'll be honest, bro.
I don't
just-
want PSG to win it because I don't want another team winning a Champions League before us.
I know, I understand that, bro.
You're a
But
hater.
so you
No,
have
but
that
that's not hating. That's
It is hating.
logic.
That's exactly what hating is.
That is
Hating.
logic.
That's the definition of
That's
hating.
that's agenda. That's
Especially when
an
the club's
agenda.
not
If you
even your
support a
league.
That's
club-
an agenda right there.
If you
No, but
support a
stay
club
in it,
that
not
hasn't
your
won a
league, you know.
Champions League, you don't want another club to now get that achievement.
Yeah, that's hate.
go.
The
But
other
it-
way,
but it-
what love is, I want them to succeed because they haven't won it before. There's love
Nah,
and
fuck
hate.
that.
You're displaying
All of
hate.
them can go screw themselves over. Inter, what do you call it? What do you call it? Forza Inter.
Forza.
Oh man, that's crazy.
And also, I want my brother Mo happy. I want him to be happy. Let
Why?
him be happy.
Why?
Let Mo be happy. He's
I
had
mean,
a rough
Mo-
season. He
Mo
bottled the
bottled the
league.
No, we don't
Yeah.
need
He
that.
bottled the,
We
he
don't need
bottled
that
the
happy, man.
league. He bottled the super. He bottled the cup. He bottled the Community Shield of Italy. He
Scott
bottled everything.
McTominay went in his league and ruined it. Like he's in a bad place.
He made
He's
it.
in a
He
bad
might
place.
lose
cannot
his
believe
manager
he became
to.
MVP.
He might lose his manager to Saudi Arabia. Like, let him have some enjoyment this season.
You know what? I'll tell you this: he has to win it. Inter have to
does.
win the Champions League.
He bottled 4 trophies.
And if Mo if Mo and his team do not win it,
He's finished.
this is going to be an unbearable summer. I'm telling you.
He's
It's going to be an enjoyable summer. It's gonna be an
He better not
enjoyable
invite
summer.
me.
All I
He
know
better
is
not
that
invite me as a
Barcelona is
fan
going
list.
triple
I'm telling you.
platinum.
I'm reminding him every
The
day.
moment I was watching the
man.
Barcelona game,
That's
and I
called
swear
gold
to
of the
you,
sea.
he was sitting there and he's like, "We bottled it. We bottled it." and then the moment they scored, I swear to you, I thought he was gonna take his shirt off and fling it. Like the way he was
But
so happy.
that's what football does to you, man. That's what football does to you. It does it to us all.
Yeah, man. You know what? I only get to see the sad part. You guys get to celebrate.
What?
I don't
You were
know. I keep
lifting
making
those-
things awkward. I'm sorry, guys.
The English Super Cup. You guys were able to celebrate that.
Today, I'm into my feelings. It is what it is. Anyways, I don't want PSG to win it. They knocked us out, and I think they are the best team, and I think they could give Inter a lot of problems. But I think Inter is the better defensive team, and their defense is going to show up in this game. They're going to, with the experience in the defense, they're going to win it. Heritage, football heritage.
Hating like that. Football
And you know
heritage
what? All these
should be.
finals lately have been won by the team that is better set up defensively, and is usually, except for the Conference League and the League Cup and the Championship playoffs. Majority of these games, first team that scores usually sees it out. So
Yeah.
I don't know
Not
what's
really.
going
The
to happen.
championship. They some of them came back, bro. From one.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Besides you and the championship, most of these finals lately have been like boring 1-0s or 2-1s.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a boring game. But Inter, I have Inter winning. They've got the experience. They've got the know-how. They were extremely. Listen, I know I'm bringing up bad wounds for any Inter fans here in the chat, but they were devastated with that loss to City, and I don't think they want another. They don't want a repeat of that because.
So because of that, you want them to win.
No, it's not about one. Based off
They
of
gave
team
you your
versus
first
team,
Champions League, so you're like, you can have this one.
No, no one gave me anything. We took that thing. We took that Champions League. No one gave us anything. That Rodrygo goal, that was
Let's be honest.
Goosebumps.
Lukaku saved as many goals as Ederson in that game.
Lukaku, hey, credit to him. He won the league this year. Show him some respect.
His butt
Don't do
and his
that.
head made 2
I am
saves.
never showing that other respect, man.
You show Lukaku respect. He just won in Serie A.
I will never. Listen, Serie A, man. Crimes against humanity.
Lukaku made you
look
your money
decent.
back. You know that, right? With all
I don't
those
care.
loans and
I
the
don't care
signing
about
bonuses.
money. You know, for me, it's not about money.
What?
It's
You're a damn
personal.
liar. You don't care
It's
about money.
personal. It's personal, man.
Oh, now it's personal.
Well, like, it
It's
sounds
always
like
been
Saeed. You're gonna take
He
him
didn't
for
know-
personal, bro.
He didn't even say anything. Listen, you know that Lukaku interview is the most overblown, taken out of context shit ever. You know
Yeah.
what Lukaku
All he
actually
said is, "I
saw
love
it."
Inter. You guys were amazing
No,
for me."
yeah,
Nah, man. Listen, man. Crimes
it
against
wasn't that.
They were in their feelings.
I listened to it. I watched it in Italian, so in the original language.
Oh, way to
All he
flex.
said was that I would like to return to Inter one day. He didn't say he wants to return now. He said, I want to return one day when I'm still a decent player.
Mhm.
That's all he said.
It's not loyal
How
to the
dare
badge,
he
man.
talk about another
Not loyal
club,
to the
right,
badge,
Kelsey?
man. You gotta respect the badge, man. Gotta respect the
Yeah.
badge. That's all I'd say.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, Ahmed, are you fasting too?
I didn't even know I had to fast today, to be honest. But
No, because I seen you
I've been
eating the
so-
same time as me. I was like,
I
you know,
was so busy today. I didn't even eat anything today, to be honest, in general today. But hey, it's what it is.
I think PSG are, Inter have more different ways of approaching the game. I think PSG only really have their style, and you can't ask PSG to all of a sudden start doing low blocks and things like that. But for the way they've played this season, I think PSG deserve it. PSG
do
is
you think
spectacular.
we get a good game or do you think we get a boring game?
It'll be decent.
I think it'll be a good game. I hope it's a good game. I hope it's a good game.
Champions
And
League
I
this
think,
season, the Champions League this season has been quite good, I think, in terms of what it's produced. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But I've got to go, boys. Peace and blessings. You know what I mean? Moscow.
Score prediction. Oh, he's gone. What are you guys saying? Score prediction for the final before we go.
I'm going to say PSG win it. They go 2-0 up. They can see the goal 2-1. 2-1 PSG.
Vader?
Sorry, say again.
What are you saying? The final.
The final is going to be Inter. Will it be entertaining? It is going to be entertaining though, because I think it's one of those games where it's like the attack versus defense. You know, difference of styles. I do like that very much. I can't predict who's scoring, but I think it's going to be. You know what? Inter's been leaking goals. Inter have been leaking goals. It might be an entertaining. It's going to be 2-1. It's going to be 2-1.
I think 2-1
Inter.
Inter also.
Yeah.
I say 2-1 Inter, and I just think PSG they've never won it. It's a big occasion. A lot of those young, they have some young players in their team, and Inter experienced old heads. They can see themselves through once they get a lead, how to finish out the game, and hopefully the defense shows up for them, because the defense versus Barcelona was terrible. But yeah, we should get a good game. Don't be surprised if the first team that scores wins, because that's what's been happening in these finals lately. Yeah. But hey, we're going to wrap it up here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to send you over to Saad, Football Corner. Do me a favor. Tell him Sesko in, because he hates Sesko. Anyways, we're out of here. Catch you guys in the next one. Love for the love. Tell him Egal raid, by the way. And I'm out of here, people. Peace. Go check out Saad's channel.